So how do the budding entrepreneurs of today become the business leaders of tomorrow? One way, 1909, the Palm Beach County nonprofit that's all about launching and growing new business. We look at the impact not only on the entrepreneurs themselves, but on the job market and on our local economy. Let's go on the record.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott.
Good morning. Meet Shana Ostrovitz, Executive Director of 1909, the Palm Beach County nonprofit, powering new businesses to success. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We should start right away by just talking about what 1909 actually is.
Yeah, so 1909, we're actually named after the year Palm Beach County was founded, fun fact, and it's really about empowering founders and entrepreneurs here locally to launch, grow, and scale their businesses. And when we started in 2018, there was definitely a gap. There was no hub to really help people build sustainable businesses here.
So what are the first building blocks in actually helping these business owners achieve that? You can say launch and grow, but I don't know, that sounds successful.
Yeah.
But what are the actual steps 1909 helps them take?
Yeah, well, it depends on the stage they're in, which is really specific to us and what we offer. So if somebody's just launching their business, they need to understand who is their target customer. We help them identify that. How would they first get those clients? What is the financial model they need to really be successful and actually make a profit? We help them build that model. We help them understand cash flow. We really help them with all of those fundamentals to make their first, let's say, $50,000 in business to get up and running. So that's what we mean by launch. Like, you're launched. Your business is active and you're making money and you have clients. That's our goal, is to prepare and get the entrepreneur set to do that. Now, if they're a little bit further along in that and they come to us for help, we're going to help them with what they need in the later stages, which actually can sometimes be harder, right? You have a business established, but how do you maintain clients and incoming revenue? We help people identify that and understand, how do you really create client retention? What does that mean? We have experts and mentors that help our entrepreneurs and founders do that.
How many people are we talking about here that actually are doing the helping? And then we'll talk about those being helped.
Sure.
Who's actually doing the aiding of these business
So we
owners?
have, I'd say, a roster of about 30 facilitators. Most of them exited or successful entrepreneurs themselves, which is excellent. They know what it's like to be in the trenches, so they can come and provide their expertise. And then we have about 60 mentors on top of that provide very specific support. So for example, if a founder comes in and needs to create an operating agreement or maybe an employment agreement or some sort of legal contract to get investment, we have a mentor who is part of our network who will help them do that, which saves them tons of time, tons of money, probably a lot of headache up front, definitely headache at the end of the day.
I am sure that, and we have several of the actual entrepreneurs on the show today.
We do.
But give people an idea what the range of businesses is. You've been around, as you said, for 8 years, so there's got to be quite a contrast among the various people who've come to you.
Absolutely. We've served thousands of entrepreneurs in the past 8 years. And the cool thing is that it's such a wide range. We have people coming who have really creative businesses doing photography, and they say, hey, I want to create a full creative agency and grow it and build it to something else. We have people creating the next AI business. We have people doing food and beverage businesses. Actually, one of the companies that came out of 1909 has the fastest growing THC beverage business in the world now, and launched out at 1909 just a couple years ago. So it spans the gamut. We have people that have opened tea shops and coffee shops. You name it, we have it, and that's really what makes it special, is that entrepreneurs get to be around others doing similar things but different, so they share skill sets and perspectives, and they all have different backgrounds, and that actually really helps them. It's like the Renaissance, right? You have all these different people and skills and expertise and backgrounds, and they make each other better, and we really believe that's what helps make people successful.
How do you find each other? I mean, 1909 is a nonprofit. How do they find you, and how do you choose which businesses are those who will be part of this?
That's such a good question. So a lot of our people honestly come through word of mouth. So they hear about us, they're looking for help, they're trying to figure out what to do for their business. And so huge network, social media, honestly, people see what our founders are doing and their success. PR like this and having awareness is super helpful, but we actually have an application. So any entrepreneur that needs help and is interested in 1909, they apply in, and we look at kind of what they need, what their business is, can we help their business, and then once they're accepted, they get placed into our programming.
Let's talk about money here. What does it cost to actually run the nonprofit, and what are the other costs involved in all this?
For our business?
Yes.
Oh, it costs quite a bit. I mean, we have a space on Clematis Street, so, which is wonderful for our businesses to come and have their essentially address in the heart of the city.
It is a workspace too
county.
for them, right?
Yes, it is a workspace for
Yeah.
them. Yeah, so it costs us over $1 million to run what we do and really support the founders here.
Where's that money coming from?
So a couple different places. So we do have membership. All of our founders are investing in themselves. They are paying to be a part of it, and it ranges based on the level they need. We also have scholarships. Then we have corporate sponsors. We have a lot of corporations that want to be a part of this, that see the impact on the local economy by supporting entrepreneurs and small business owners, and a lot of private foundations as well, who again want to see the economic impact in this area and want to help support people. And Palm Beach County too. Palm Beach County has been a wonderful partner to us, and again, their goals are aligned with ours. They want to help people start businesses and keep their businesses here and be successful doing that.
Now, before I let you go, I have about a minute. I want to talk about numbers.
Yeah.
You have had a lot of successes. We're in the hundreds. We're talking successful businesses. We're talking jobs. Give us some numbers.
Yeah, so our entrepreneurs just this past year generated $90 million in economic impact for Palm Beach County. They created over 300 jobs. Over the past several years, we've had hundreds of millions of dollars created in revenue in this county.
And finally, you mentioned there was a gap. You are something that you really filled a role the last 8 years, correct?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think, what's interesting is our market is really busy now and people are very excited. But 8 years ago, we were not that place. A lot of times, if you were an entrepreneur, I was myself at that time, people would tell you, go to New York, go to California. You want to start a business, you can't do it here. And as entrepreneurs, we just didn't accept that. And we said, okay, we're going to build it. Like, if we need resources here, if we need something here, what does that look like? And that's really what 1909 is. There's
a business owner out there who's saying, well, how do I plug in here? How do I get to be part of this? Is there a website you go to? Or?
Absolutely. Yep. We are 1909.org, and that is where our application is. That's where all the information is about our programs, our space, everything we can do to support you.
All right. Shana Ostrovitz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So interesting. Next, we're going to meet a member of 1909 when On the Record comes back.
You're watching On the Record on WPBF 25.
Welcome back as we welcome Julie Gold-Walthers, founder and CEO of Whole Story Studio. Julie, thanks for being here. This is so great.
Thanks so much.
I want to get right into what this business is that you have. Your studio offers its podcast production, audio production. Tell me more about the business.
Well, Whole Story Studio is an audiobook and podcast production and post-production studio right in downtown West Palm Beach. And we work with authors, narrators, podcasters, business leaders, anyone who has a story to tell and needs a professional, cozy, beautiful place to tell it in.
That's a good sales pitch. Where did you come up with the idea for actually creating your business?
Wow. Well, I started my career as a sound engineer at a Detroit recording studio, and took a bit of a detour as an English teacher for several years. And when I moved back to Florida, I was looking for something to do, and post-production for audiobooks sort of fell into my lap, and I thought, oh, I'll just do this for a little while. And then,
how long ago was that?
And that was 7 years ago.
Okay.
And I was very lucky that I fell into 1909, because I walked in there without a business plan, and just working on audiobooks, and they, through their programming and mentorship, really helped me to flesh out this idea of having an audiobook recording studio and making it a reality. And that was 7 years ago.
Did you surprise yourself based on what your original idea was as it expanded into what it is today?
Oh, absolutely. I was not thinking this big. I initially was working in my guest room and then a small dedicated desk doing audio post-production, and I never in a million years would have thought I'd have my own studio. But as 1909 grew, I was able to grow with them, and I have been able to build a nice recording studio for folks to come in, but it's just the idea to actually have a recording studio with a podcast and make it possible for folks to come to West Palm Beach and not just record, but also experience the West Palm Beach area. And it sort of was a very natural progression.
And we were talking about with Shana, you know, West Palm Beach has changed. It's changed significantly since you started this business. What's it like being in that team environment in the office space? What's that been like for you?
It's been a game changer. I don't have a background in entrepreneurship. I don't have family or friends who are entrepreneurs. And again, the idea of starting a business was so foreign to me. I had no idea what I was doing. And so to be amongst folks who are building things, even though it might be totally different from what I'm doing, I'm able to reach out to anyone in the community and say, I'm confused, I need help, you know, I need a website, can you help me with branding? How do I register for an LLC? And you have an entire community of people who are building with you and who can support you to do that. And it's just, I could not have done it without 1909.
Now you're in this historic building with other businesses. People probably want to know what your space looks like. You're describing it pretty well, but I think it's important for people to visualize what you have to offer.
Oh, wow. Well, the new studio space has a vocal isolation booth. So for audiobooks in particular, you can go in and it's like a weighted blanket for your soul. You sound wonderful in it. And that's what most people are using if they are recording their audiobooks. And then if you go a few steps to the right, I have a nice podcast recording corner and content creation corner. So after my narrators are done recording their audiobooks, we can actually just go in the corner and we can have an interview, or they can be on a podcast, or they can record content for their social media. And so this bigger space has allowed me to actually help my clients, not just with recording, but all the way through to the end and afterwards, so that they can share their stories.
I want to let you give a shout out to this whole story experience. Because it isn't just people coming in off the street saying, you know, I think I'd like to do a podcast. You have it's something bigger that you offer as well to out-of-towners as well?
Yeah, so one thing that I really try and do for all of my clients is just make it an easy, done-for-you experience. So whether somebody's coming in from Coral Springs or Sebastian, or Monaco, I have options for them where they can stay. I have wonderful partnerships with local businesses, with hotels, with transportation. I have places for people to eat. I have suggestions on where they can go after they're done recording for the day. I have relationships with photographers who can do headshots, or social media agency who can help the authors get more visibility after their books are completed. So it really is something I am trying to curate by working with the local West Palm Beach entrepreneurial community in order to make this a unique experience to coming to West Palm to work, but then also to experience the greater community and what it can offer.
Well, it's been 7 years, and that's the magic number in business, I think. So you have success. We wish you every success in the future. The business is Whole Story Studio. Julie Gold Walthers, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Wonderful.
We have more on the record in a moment. Christopher Seville, founder and president of the Thatch Construction Group, goes on the record with me now. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you. You're a 1909 member, but first of all, let's talk about your business. What is it?
Thatch Construction Group. It's a construction management firm based right here in West Palm Beach, Florida. It was my passion to start a company that is a owner's representation firm as well as a general contracting firm.
Help me with that, because I don't even know exactly. Owner's representation, tell me what that is exactly.
You're a developer, you own land, you want to build it, you don't know where to start. So I'm here to help you through the process of finding the right consultants, general contractors, all the team players to make it happen.
How long have you been in business?
I've been in business now for just over a year.
How's it been?
It's been rocky, fun.
That's the
Definitely
beginning
fun.
of a business, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, tell me how you got hooked into 1909. You remember? Tell me how that process started for you.
I was looking for an office, and I ran into an old friend, Nick, who's also a founder at 1909, and he mentioned casually, you should join this group. It's not just an office space. You'll get much more from it. And I toured the spot, met the team, and immediately I sent in my application.
So he told the truth.
He told the truth. The people is what really matters at 1909.
So before you actually, when he told you this and you approached the possibility of joining 1909, did it meet your expectations or exceed them when you actually got involved?
Exceeded it. It definitely exceeded it. The program works if you work it, right? It's the people, it's the community, it's the workshops. Everyone's a founder, so you don't feel like you're doing it alone. Everyone's been somewhere where you may be going.
Right, and actually my notes say that you've said building's never really the purpose. It's just the outcome, meaning the people. And is that what 1909, it sounds like that really fits your philosophy?
Absolutely. Everything's a people business, right? Especially in construction, it's not the tools and materials, it's the people. And 1909 really embodies that, where they really focus on building people more than building businesses. So I'm very thankful for it.
Have you always had a passion for building and construction? Has it always been a thing in your head?
Oh, absolutely. I've been in the industry for over 17 years.
You started when you were 10?
Yep, started when I was 10, can't tell. And, I had the pleasure of being a part of some great iconic projects on Flagler in West Palm Beach, Florida, and that just kind of kept going,
And as you said, it's been in business for about a year. How is the Thatch Construction Group changing over time? What are you seeing?
I'm seeing, obviously, the elephant in the room, AI, right? I'm seeing AI involved in a lot of decisions. But just this 1 year has really been growth in who you work with. Choosing the right people to work with and for has been very enlightening at this time.
Has there been particular advice or constructive criticism, et cetera, that you've gotten that sticks with you that you think is really making a difference for you? And you can shout out names, I don't care.
I'm not going to shout out names, but, hire fast, fire quicker, and that's...
Oh, do that one again. Hire fast.
and fire quicker.
Fire quicker.
and it's not just with employees, it's relationships. If they don't embody the same culture that you have or values for the most part, then maybe it's not the right fit for you. And that's what I'm learning a lot. Especially from the 1909 mentorship program, I've gotten quite a few feedbacks on what to do and how to do it in terms of running a business.
I got to ask you, as a West Palm Beach native, which I know you are, what it's like to see the city where you were born and raised change development-wise, construction-wise, and to be part of it. I mean, this is quite a time. What goes through your mind when you see what's happening in the city?
Yeah, it's not a moment I don't think about it, but it's a love-hate relationship. I hate it because our lovely little gem here has now been discovered by the world, right?
It's going to happen eventually.
It was going to happen eventually. And I love it because there are projects that really involve the community. There are projects that really provide jobs for the local residents. And, I'm happy to be a part of it, blessed to be a part of it, because it just continues to grow, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be building except for here in West Palm Beach.
That's a great testimonial. Christopher Seville, Thatch Construction Group, we wish you every success.
All right.
Year
Thank you,
two,
Todd.
going to be even better than year one. Guaranteed. On the record, we'll be right back. First, thank you for making us part of your morning. As always, we encourage you to be part of our discussion each and every Sunday right here at 10 a.m. Until then, you can watch This Morning's On the Record and every episode on our website. That's WPBF.com, and on our free WPBF 25 News app. We hope you have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you again next week.